Hello lovelies, and welcome back to the Gentle Walker channel. Today we have a 25-minute yoga flow sequence, and we're focusing mainly on our legs and our hips, so really stretching out all of our lower body. We're also going to try and remember to breathe deeply throughout our practice, and just overall try and relax our mind and have a little bit of fun. So let's begin. Come up to tabletop position, and we're just going to widen our legs to the sides of our mat, creating a wide stance. Our hands come a little bit forward, and we're just going to simply rock back and forth, creating some space in our hips, warming up our arms, our shoulders, our thighs, our glutes. So just set your own speed, coming forward and then going back. Feeling a release of tension in your hips, might have some tight hips, or if you're pretty flexible, this will be easy for you. We'll just do a couple more. And on this last one, come and sit back down, release your hands, and come into a nice wide-legged child's pose, resting your forehead on the mat. If you want to deepen this stretch, come up onto your fingertips and just melt your body down to the ground. Coming up, back to tabletop position, knees can come closer together. We're going to curl up our toes and come back into our first downward facing dog. I strongly recommend walking your feet out, so bending one knee while the other is straight and interchanging, just because we're waking up those legs and want them to be nice and warm. But you're more than welcome to stay with your legs straight or your knees bent. From here, left leg comes up into the sky, and we're going to bend our leg, opening up that hip, stretching our hip flexor. Straighten it out, and we're going to step it forward, coming into our low lunge, right knee down, arms swoop up high. So from here, we're going to be doing some inhales and exhale movement. So as we inhale, we stay in our low lunge or come into our low lunge. And as we exhale, we're going to lean back, straighten that front leg, and bow forward. So inhale, coming into our low lunge. Exhale, leaning back, straightening out that front leg. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, swoop back. Inhale, come forward, and we're going to hold it here for a last little stretch. Hands come down, frame your foot, right toes curl under, and come up into a high lunge, so just lifting that right knee up. And from here, bring your left hand into the inside of your left foot. Walk that foot out if it's more comfortable for you. And we're going to do small circles here, and you'll see this really works out your back leg and your front leg, using your hands and wrists and shoulders as support. Just going and doing some tiny, tiny circles. And we're going to pause here, lower that back knee back down to a low lunge, arms swoop up high. Last little stretch. And we're going to put our hands down and step back into a downward facing dog. Walk it out if that feels good for you. We're going to be repeating this whole sequence on the other side. So here, right leg comes up high. Bend that knee, open that hip. The hips stacked on top of one another. Straighten it out and step it forward, lowering the left knee down, into our low lunge. So again, from here, we're going to do our inhales and exhales followed with a flow movement. So exhale, straighten that leg, bow down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, bow. Inhale, come through. Exhale, go back, straighten that leg. Inhale, come through and hold. So frame your foot again. Left knee comes up, coming into a high lunge. Hands come to the inside of your right leg. And back to our tiny little circles. Just awakening everything, our ankles, knee, hip socket, wrists, shoulders. Getting us nice and warm for our flow today. Knee comes down to the ground. We come up back into our low lunge for our last final stretch. And hands come down, right leg steps back, downward facing dog. Catch your breath here. Inhale, right leg comes up high in the sky. Exhale, step it forward, staying in a high lunge now. Take a breath here. And on your next exhalation, open wide to a warrior two pose. Front leg facing the top of your mat, back leg facing the side, your body facing the side, and your arms following the length of your mat. From here, left hand goes down, right arm reaches up high in the sky. Inhale into that lung and exhale. And come back up to warrior two. This time your right arm comes to your right knee, left arm reaches up and over, and we inhale into the left lung and exhale. Come back to warrior two. Relax the shoulders. Straighten out your right leg, shuffle in a little bit closer, and we're coming into triangle pose. So our right hand can come either on the ground or on our ankle, and our left arm twists up towards the sky, and we're looking at that left hand. If that's too much for you, you can also use a block. Last exhale, reach yourself down. Rotate your back leg to be facing the front as well. Twist your body and stretch forward over that right leg. So really creating a beautiful stretch in your hamstring and calf muscles. Bend that right leg, step that left leg back, come swoop up back into our high lunge. Last little breath here, and arms come down, right leg steps back, downward facing dog. So we're going to be repeating this sequence on the other side as well. Catch your breath here. And this time, left leg comes up into the sky. Inhale and exhale, step it forward, keeping those knees up. High lunge, arms are reaching high. And on your next exhale, we're going to be opening up into warrior two pose. So this time, left leg and foot facing the front of the mat, back leg facing the side, chest open to the side. Our right arm comes lean back. Our left arm reaches up high above. Left knee still bent. Breathing into that left lung. And on our next exhale, back to warrior two. This time, left arm on left knee and right arm reaches up high and over. And back to center, warrior two. Left leg comes straight, shortening up our stance, coming to triangle pose. Left hand on left ankle, on the ground, or up on a block. Twisting our body up, right arm to the sky, looking at our right arm. And on our next exhale, we bring the back leg facing forward as we lean forward over our left leg, feeling a beautiful stretch in the back of our hamstring, our calf. Last breath here. And on your next exhale, bend that front leg, right leg steps back, come up into a high lunge. And hands come down, left leg steps back, downward facing dog. From here, you can either step or hop forward and come to a forward fold. And widen your feet out to the extremes of your mat and come down into our yogi squat. Elbows on the inside of your knees, palms together, feet on a 45-degree angle out, and your spine trying to be as straight as possible. Hands come to the inside, come back into a wider stance forward fold at this point. And we're just going to walk our feet a little bit out further so we're in a double shoulder width. And keep folding forward, really stretching out the backs of your legs. Come up to flat back, hands on hips. And last breath, come up fully straight. Turn our feet out, 45-degree angle, and melt down to that right side, keeping that left leg straight. And we're going to be interchanging from right to left in this position. So keeping your hands on the ground, walk yourself over to straightening out the right leg with the left knee bent. And we're going to repeat this another time on each side. So walk your hands over to the right side. And last time, walk your hands over to the left side. Come to center, feet come straight, Again, forward fold. You can reach between your legs to help pull yourself forward if that helps. And release. Walk your feet in a little bit closer. Feet twist out again, 45-degree angle. And bend both the knees, coming to our goddess pose. So arms are cactus out to the side. Knees are open and bent. And try and sink a little deeper into it. You're really going to feel a burn here. Inhale, arms reach up, legs straighten. Exhale, arms come down, knees bend. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, deep down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Feet facing forward, and exhale, fold down. Straight legs. Come down onto your knees and keep them nice and wide. We're coming into frog pose. So our knees are out wide, our legs are straight out from our knees, so not inwards or too far out. We want to really protect that knee. And we're gonna just melt forward, really feeling a huge stretch in the groin area, our inner thighs. If it feels good, you can even rock a little bit forward and back to deepen that stretch. But this is a really, really great stretch to do if you ever feel tight in the hips. See if you can go deeper with every exhalation. And slowly walk yourself up. Bring your feet together first and then your knees come up. And roll onto your butt. We're gonna come into a butterfly stretch. So bottoms of the feet come together. Either closer to you makes it harder, or further away makes it easier. And elbows are just pushing out onto our knees, driving them into the ground. And release. Left leg comes out straight, right leg stays bent as we reach that right arm over to the left side. Breathing into that right lung. Exhaling, trying to go a little bit deeper. Inhale, come up. Twist your body towards that left leg and bend forward, melting down to your head, to your knee. Relaxing. And on our last exhale, walk yourself up. We're going to change legs. So right leg comes out, left knee bent in, foot to thigh. And left arm reaches up and over, this time towards the right side. Inhaling deeply into the left lung and exhaling. Trying to get deeper with every exhalation. Coming up, twist our body towards our right leg and just melt forward, grabbing on to either your thigh, your calf, your foot, or maybe just resting your arms on the ground. Whatever feels comfortable for you, or just stretching out those legs right now. And slowly walking yourself up. This time, both legs come out straight. Inhale, straighten that back, and exhale. Walk your hands out forward into the middle. Every exhalation, trying to get a little bit closer to the ground. Making sure your feet aren't falling forward but pointing up. And on your next exhale, walk yourself up. Legs bend and come sitting cross-legged. Hands on our knees, palms facing up. And close your eyes. I want you to tune in to your body right now. Notice if there's any pain, tension, or maybe you've realized that spots that were hurting you before class now are released and relaxed. Notice if you have a newfound energy flowing through you, or if you're more tired. These moments of checking in with ourselves are so important to see what works for our body and what doesn't, to see what needs help or needs fixing, to see how far we can go and what our boundaries are. Connecting our mind with our body and being able to see our body is really, really an incredible thing. And by listening to yourself and listening to what you need and what your body needs, that's how you'll be able to lead a happier, exciting, and healthy life. So I'll leave this last minute in silence. Focus on your breath, inhaling to different parts of your body, and exhaling, letting it go. slowly open your eyes. Come back to the present moment. Left hand comes to heart, right hand to belly. And take just a really, really deep breath in and out. Thank you so much for joining me on today's class. I hope you have a blessed day. Namaste.